A new global study has found Australian teenagers top the world's list for exam anxiety. The report revealed 50% of boys and 70% of girls stress over schoolwork. Now, they're pretty alarming stats, and we're going to delve a little deeper today on The Pulse. And joining me is 96 FM's Carmen, Braidwood and Will McMahon from Hit 92.9. Welcome, guys.
Hey, Emmy.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay. Now, Carmen, let's first start with you. Does this send a warning to schools to put less pressure on students?
I guess it does, but I also think it sends a message to schools to perhaps equip our kids with better coping mechanisms. And it's not just our schools who need to do that. I think it's us as parents too. Mind you, I asked my 14-year-old stepson before leaving home today if he's stressed, and he simply said, "When's dinner?" So I'm pretty sure he's not in that 50%. I think he's actually doing all right.
I don't think you'd get much from any teenager, particularly a male one. Now,
No.
Will, one in 14 teenagers suffer from anxiety, and there's so much focus on exams at schools, but do you think they really matter in life?
Jeez, that's a good question, Emmy. I mean, like, I've just finished my law degree, actually, so I've had to do a lot of exams across a long period of time. I think that the one thing I took out of school, particularly at the end, was that I was never really taught the way that I learned best. And I think that there's not an emphasis on that enough at school. I think a lot of the time it's still, a lot of books, a lot of rote learning. Whereas it probably only took me till the third or fourth year of uni that I realised that I actually learned a lot better through visual, through pictures and stuff like that. And as soon as that clicked with me, I found study a lot easier. And I just don't think that at schools at the moment there's enough emphasis on kids going, because everyone learns differently, everyone retains information differently. I think it's really important that schools put an emphasis on going, hey, how do you learn first? And then we can help you learn, and then that's much easier to learn the information. I mean, for some kids, particularly think about someone who struggles with words, etc., reading a book is not only just mundane, but it's terrifying having to know that sort of information.
Or is it how you answer exams? Because some people, they don't necessarily worry about how they learn, but they know how to, particularly when it comes to university, they know how to answer the exams the right way.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely. There's a technique that's attached to it, 100%. But I think that also the way that kids are examined, I should say, as well, is really archaic, if you think about it. I mean, like, 3 hours of writing, for example, I don't think can necessarily show that you know anything about the topic.
I'd be cramped. My hand used to cramp all the time, because I've done law too, and you were just writing page after page after page.
And I don't think I know anything about the law, it's just how well I've remembered the information. I think it's much better, even if you just sat down with someone and discussed it with them, you're going to get to know how well they know the topic as opposed to making them write it out. Yeah,
I guess, look, I don't think we're going to probably revolutionise the education system
Emmy.
just here.
Get it done.
But let's go on to the next topic instead.
Sure.
And here's one for the fashion fans. A new scorecard has ranked 330 fashion brands, letting consumers know how each brand's performing in stamping out worker exploitation. They were ranked from A to F, and will a whopping 72% rating D or lower, are headquartered here in Australia. So does that surprise you?
Oh, it's completely surprising, Emmy. I mean, fashion for me, I am just so across this stuff. I mean, that is genuinely... I struggled to get out of bed when I read that this morning. It really blew me away. One thing that also blew me away, though, was Carmen's top today. How good is that?
Now, Carmen, speaking of brands, we're talking about Adidas, Cotton On, Nudie Jeans apparently were among the best performers. So would this make you buy them over other brands?
Yes, I think it would. I can't tell you if my top today is sourced from an ethically committed company and transparent company. I'd love it if it were. So yeah, knowing this now, I guess I would look for those brands. I've never heard of Nudie Jeans. Someone as cool and young and educated as Will probably knows about Nudie Jeans. I don't.
Cool and educated being the operative words.
But I do know about Cotton On. I mean, Cotton On is a great affordable brand, and I have wanted to shop there plenty of times. I do shop there. So yeah, I will start going there a little more often.
And they've got a great kids range. I know you guys don't care about that, but
it's amazing. Emmy, the kids range, I'm blown away every time I get in there.
It's great for baby showers. It's the highlight of the baby shower for me, buying the present. Yeah.
Okay, look, finally, this is another one just for you, Will.
Right.
But it's music to my ears. According to the UK
yeah.
Sun newspaper, the Spice Girls are getting back
Delightful.
together.
Beautiful.
Now,
Yeah.
Carmen, how
Yeah.
much would you
Have
pay
these
for a
been
hit of
tailored
girl
for me, the
power?
topics today? I mean, like, I feel like you guys are just coming out to get me. This is ridiculous.
I'm asking Carmen a question,
Okay,
Will.
Carmen,
Come on.
go.
Thank
Sorry,
you,
mate.
Will.
Yeah.
Thank you for the time. Now, look, girl power it is. How good is this news, Emmy? Would you like to come with me? I reckon we'd go. I reckon we pay $100 a head at least to have a night on the
You know
girl
what's
power.
disappointing, though? Posh Spice isn't coming back, so it's just the four.
So sad about this. It's probably not the proper Spice Girls without Posh. I will say that. And if she doesn't want to be there, I kind of feel like it has no Posh blessing, and that actually does matter to me. Mind you, she was always a bit of a sour one, wasn't she? She's had that look on her face all the time. She didn't really blend in with the other girls anyway.
But that's what she's all about, just being posh.
Would you guys care as much if Sporty Spice wasn't there? I feel like she was always a bit of the ugly duckling. Like, really?
Really?
If you had Jerry Halliwell, Baby Spice, Bex, and Scary Spice Mel, but they're all in the media still.
No,
I feel like Sporty Spice fell off the radar a bit at the end. I think that'll almost be a bit of a celebration to be like, oh, great, the updated Spice Girls, we got rid of the trash.
What other act would you like to see make a comeback then?
Well, I was going to say Johnny Farnham, but I think he's done it way too
Just
much.
did one.
He's done too many.
I choose Milli Vanilli. Remember Milli Vanilli? But not actual Milli Vanilli, because of course we learned that they
Didn't
were
he
lip
lip
syncers.
sync?
That's right.
Really?
Yeah, they were a duo and they were caught out. They won Grammys and everything. So what I want to see a comeback of is the guys who actually did the singing in the first place.
Oh.
Whoever they were.
No
I
one
would
would know who they were. We could just say we were them.
Just blame it on the rain, Will. Just look it up. All right.
What? Yes.
Okay, John Farnham and Milli Vanilli there.
Yeah.
But the other guys.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
the
real
other
ones.
ones.
Hey, you brought us
Okay.
in today, mate. don't start
You guys
blaming the
volunteered
people
and
on the
said
polls.
yes. Carmen, Will. Always a pleasure. Thanks for
Thanks,
coming
Emmy.
in.
Have a good one. Bye. See ya.